After 12 days of war, 3 nuclear bomb sites bombed, one president declaring obliteration and a handful of intelligence leaks casting doubt, Donald Trump's airstrikes on Iran may not have vaporized uranium stockpiles or buried Tehran's ambitions, but they have undoubtedly reshaped diplomatic fault lines. This was not simply about nuclear facilities. It was about narrative, dominance, and a recalibration of global power. And frankly, as the dust settles, I don't think America comes out so well from it. Trump called it the 12-day war, likening his strikes to Hiroshima. The bombs hit Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. And publicly, the White House and the CIA insist that Iran's nuclear program has been severely damaged, but a leaked DIA report suggests otherwise. A setback of mere months, not decades. Intelligence ambiguity, however, matters less than political theatre. Israel, having already launched devastating preemptive strikes, welcomed the US intervention. Netanyahu's government, emboldened, now touts mission accomplished while ignoring the costs. Over 600 dead, hundreds wounded, parts of Tehran in ruins, and the deeper effect is the recalibration of deterrence. Iran's air defences failed, its pride wounded, its drone and missile production sites critical, but not just for domestic use, but for the regional proxies and Russia lie in tatters. Yet Trump's real win is psychological. He forced Iran to the table, battered and economically cornered, and now Tehran contemplates a new deal, ironically, with the very man who tore up the last one. The Kremlin is watching closely. For Moscow, Iran's devastation is more than an embarrassment for an ally. It exposes Russia's own limitations. Israel succeeded in doing what Russia had failed to do in Ukraine, achieving air supremacy and precision strikes on underground sites. Moreover, Iran's drones, which once sustained Russia's assault on Ukraine, may now be in shorter supply. The US-Israeli strikes have undermined key production hubs, and though Russia has localized production of Shahed drones in Alabuga and expanded cooperation with North Korea, Iran's weakened state removes a strategic fallback. Putin previously enjoyed a relatively quiet flank in the Middle East and now faces an American president newly emboldened by military success. Worse still, Zelensky met with Trump at The Hague, and while no ceasefire was agreed, the conversation was warm, a marked contrast to their February falling out. Trump even expressed openness to selling more Patriot missiles, hinting that Ukraine may re-enter the sphere of transactional diplomacy. And what of China? For President Xi, the message is twofold. First, American military resolve, however erratic under Trump, still packs a punch. And the strikes were a reminder that the US stealth bombers can reach deep underground and still reshape the global map. Second, the distinction is welcome. As Washington scrambles to manage fallout in the Gulf, Beijing expands its reach. China is already aiding Russia's drone development and supplying dual-use technologies, but it is also engaging with Gulf states, many of whom feel nervous after watching Iran reduced to rubble. Beijing's appeal is stability without bombs. In Riyadh, Doha, and Abu Dhabi, that message resonates, especially if Trump's next move is more chaos. Trump may claim victory, he may even be right in narrative terms, but the strategic landscape is more volatile than ever. Iran is bruised, not broken, Ukraine is calculating, and China is quietly positioning himself as the alternative to both American dominance and Russian disorder. What began as a raid on nuclear bunkers has become a seismic reshuffling of global relationships. Whether Trump's Hiroshima moment ends a war or simply opens another chapter remains to be seen. History would judge the force of Trump's bombs, and I don't think it will be kind. But it's the aftershocks in Tehran, Kyiv, and Beijing that will shape the century.